Today, we're going to be talking about some updates. I found 3 update videos to show you, where you have a few articles from privacy, a few articles from bad business, and I actually found 2 things under the category of okay then. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this in a minute. What, Kitty? What? Kitty's like up here just kind of chilling. So on our updates, the first update is VidMe. Bye-bye, VidMe's. It's nice knowing you. So VidMe announced today, actually just a couple hours ago, that they are closing down as an independent platform. I'm not going to go into all of the gross details, but Mundane Matt did a great video on that. I'll kind of refer you over to his. He did a whole 20-minute video just on this strategy. And the cat is just, what cat? What are you doing? Okay, you can chill right there. You're not going on my desk, period. I gave him an inch once. Now he thinks he can climb all over my desk. So VidMe announced that they are closing down. So nobody's allowed to, there's no more money handing place over there right now. They're going to be closing and shutting everything down December 15th. That would be 14 days from now. So goodbye, VidMe. So why, in light of all of the YouTube videos being demonetized, why not just throw everything on BitChute, throw everything everywhere else? Why have I not put up an alternate platform? The ultimate reason I have not put up an alternate platform is because the YouTube channel is already slapping me with demonetization and things like that. And the thing is, if I put up an alternate platform and 10% of my viewers go and see the videos over there instead, then that means that in addition to being demonetized, I'm also going to have 10% lower statistics over here. And that other platform probably is not going to get me what I need, because as of right now, despite the videos being demonetized, what that actually means right now is that there's some advertisers who want strict control over their advertisements, and there's some advertisers that really just don't care. And I will still get ads for the we just don't care people. And so I am still getting ads on those videos, just not nearly as many and not nearly as effective or good ads. And so if I were to move 10 or 15 or 20% of my viewers to something like BitChute or something else, then that drops everything another 10% in addition to whatever YouTube's doing. So it's a business strategy why I haven't moved. But you can always check the website at switchtolinux.com in case the YouTube channel goes through an infernal nuke. Then you can check it out, the website over there, because I control that. If I happen to move to another platform, then that is what we're going to have to do. So that's why I haven't moved to something else, is because despite being, if I jump ship from YouTube just because of that, my video, the effectiveness of the platform will decrease. It's kind of like, having a focus rather than being scattered all over the place. It's just bad for business. So that's kind of why that is. Next update article. We reported a couple weeks ago on the cryptocurrencies that are mining Bitcoin with your CPU. Well, it turns out that several of these are actually figuring out ways to mine Bitcoin even when you close the browser. And this is not something that's going to trick the, advanced computer users, but basically what happens is when you load up the site, they get this tiny little window that drops down. So who's likely to be impacted by this? Well, A, people who are not really as knowledgeable about computers, or B, and a reason why I don't like to do this, people who like to pin the browser to the taskbar because it becomes harder to spot that something is actually using that. And so, just be aware that you could be getting this popover effect that's mining Bitcoin. This is not a pop-up window, it's a pop-under window. So, of course, a pop-under window shows up underneath the system, but that way it'll still show up. And so what's the best thing you can do? Block those scripts that I had talked about before. That's kind of what you can do from there. So that's kind of that. Now the next thing I want to talk about is there is some more talk about this tax reform law that's passing through, and they're just waiting for this period of time. They're going to push through net neutrality, they're going to push through the tax reform, and come January or February, the country's just going to implode. I'm telling you what, it's just going to gonna blow up because they are so destroying so many things. And I actually chose not to talk about any net neutrality things today because it's been all over the internet. It's been all over the world. I've done some more. It's still critically important. I still encourage everybody to contact your Congress people, contact your senators. I don't think it's going to be doing any good. You may as well go tell the brick wall over here, but at least you're doing something that is an attempt at doing anything. But what this is going on, and I reported on this on the news, mostly because this is a deep interest to me item. It doesn't usually follow our tech or privacy thing, but it is very important to talk about. And I want to talk about what this means and what this means on a personal level. For whatever reason, if you happen to have some type of financial loss, a lot of those situations will count as income on your tax returns. And I have had the unfortunate experience of having this done to me in the past because, you know, back in that whole 2010 debacle of everything, I was among several people who lost jobs. And I was in the middle of a desert, in the middle of nowhere, with a house that dropped 50% of its value in a place surrounded by oil fields with a PhD. What do? Nothing. You start your own company, and that's what I did. But that takes a long time to build, especially in such an area. And so I am, unlike most Americans, I do not live paycheck to paycheck. I had a lot of money set aside, and so I unfortunately survived a 3-year buffer of that. It took me 3 years to lose everything. And when you're completely stuck, you can't sell the house, you can't move to a place with a better opportunity. What happened to me is, and it happened to a lot of people, is I had to short sell a house. And when you short sell a house, the difference between what you sell it for and for what the loan of the balance happens to be, you have to write that off. Basically, the people who took the loss on that, they get a tax deduction. Okay, so the multi-billion-dollar bank gets a tax deduction, and I pay the taxes for the difference. So here's what that feels like. That feels like you've just been in a long, long battle. You've had the tar kicked out of you, you're laying on the ground bleeding, and then some well-dressed rich moron, and I want to use other words right now, but I'm not going to, some other rich idiot comes over and kicks you in the face while you're already down bleeding. And then he reaches in your wallet and he robs you flipping blind. That's exactly what that feels like. Because I had a situation where I had to give up a house, I lost every bit of my retirement, I lost every bit of savings, I lost everything I had, and then I got a $9,000 IRS bill. That's what that feels like. And it's so backwards, because then the rich jerks get to run off with a tax deduction, and I'm stuck footing the bill. And the bank shouldn't have made the loan to begin with. That's the situation. That's a bad situation. But here's what's going on with this tax reform. Graduate students specifically will now have to be paying taxes on the income. And the reason this is so interesting to me is that I have a PhD, and I would have, if I were a student in this time, I would be under this exact issue here because I was a graduate student and my whole tuition was waived and I got a stipend. So I went on and I pulled off my numbers, and I'm not going to pull out the numbers, but I pulled the numbers out, and I got a full tuition waiver, and that at that time, and this is sad in and of itself, at that time, my tuition was $3,130. My stipend was $72.95, which means that for one semester, I made basically $10,445. So per year, that means that the university was paying me $20,890. Now, when you are a PhD student and your tuition is being waived and they're giving you a stipend, they also make you sign a little document that says you will not have another job. And so my income is totally fixed to exactly what they're giving me. And so that amount there, let's just take that amount real quick. I forgot to do one calculation. The amount that we have is Got to push my calculator app. The amount that I had there was $72.95 times 2, and we're just going to say that that's the amount per year. Divide that by 12, and that's $1,215 per month. And that's actually pretty much what I lived on for 6 years. And so what happened is, per month, I have $1,215. Oh, who downloaded the Vote Albert Crow? I don't know. It's whoever comes by and downvotes every vote I have. I don't know. I don't care. I had a rent was $550. So that leaves me with $665. Of course, food and gas and, basic entertainment stuff, well, as much entertainment as you can get in grad school, $250 means I have $415. Now I have to pay for car insurance. And of course, you're younger, so car insurance is more expensive. So you're going to be paying probably $120 to $150. So I'm going to deduct $150. Now I have $265 left for all my utility. Oh, wait, hold on. That was usually about $100. Let's see. I paid $50 for internet. Now I'm left with $115, and guess what I haven't paid yet? Taxes. That's on such a shoestring budget. It's unbelievable. So I went back and I pulled the information from that year, and it turns out that if I were charged money for that stipend, my just the taxes on the tuition would be $78.75. Now, I'm going to tell you that another fascinating thing about that time is my wage when I had my job in college, which is your basic unskilled labor, I was getting paid, I want to say I was getting paid maybe $9 an hour, but I was in an upper level at the place I was in. I think like $8.50. So $8.50 if I had the standard job. That's kind of what I was being paid, which wasn't much money at all. Well, it turns out that right now, kids are still getting paid about $8.50. Tuition has doubled. I pulled this tuition from my university in the year 2001, which is when I started grad school, and the year 2018, which is the next academic year. Doubled. Wages haven't gone anywhere, but tuition has doubled. So I did some mathematics, and based on a 15% tax bracket, which is I think where you would fall, that means that these students will now, on top of living extremely tight, not being able to have another job, will have to come up with $220 per month just to pay taxes on that gift because the university thought that they were intelligent enough to pay for them to come to school. This is so destructive to the young people in this country. That's what I think of that. I missed the camera. I gotta hit the camera. Okay? Because that is so destructive. And these politicians, I was watching some stuff. I don't usually watch a lot of the anonymous videos, but I was watching some anonymous videos, which all they did, they just simply recorded, the Republicans came in, and I don't usually take sides of Republicans and Democrats. If you watch my video yesterday, that's the case. They came in, they voted on the thing in less than 15 minutes, and then they all got up and left the opposing parties to sit there and talk about it in a very fruitless way. They just wanted to have a bunch of stuff on the record, even though the vote had already been done. We're going to get the same thing with net neutrality, people. This government is out of control. They are out of control. It is crazy how out of control. And this is so detrimental. This is so destructive to our young people. It is baffling how anybody could even think of this. And all that's going to happen, all the rich dudes are just going to keep on getting their deductions and their money and everything else because everything's going up except for the little guy. And this is why the wage gap has become demonstrably dangerous. Demonstrably dangerous. But, who cares? So on to the privacy view. Of course, you can see my ad blocking script is working. There apparently should be a giant ad up there. Ha 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 ha. No ad blockers and I'm blocking them all. All right, so this is fun. Samsung is now envisioning a palm scanning for remembering forgotten passwords. So, yeah, okay, great. Now you take your phone, you take your smartphone here, and you hold up your smartphone and you press your palm against it now. So now we have the iris scanning, the basic facial scanning, the fingerprint scanning. We have now the palm print scanning. And, of course, Facebook already knows what our genitals look like because that's what they did a couple weeks ago. The reptilian alien race, by the way, is taking applications. If anyone would like to join us, I mean, I'm a reptilian alien. Really, this is just a frontal face, you know. I mean, then the kitty down here is actually my master. That's really what's going on over here. More of that tomorrow at Tinfoil Hat Time. But anyway, Samsung is basically doing a palm scanning thing. So look for this in your next explodable Galaxy Notes. We'll have a palm print scanner, so you scan your palm to recover your lost passwords. Now, does this mean that the lost password is stored on the phone or stored on Samsung's cloud somewhere? And that's, guys, have a good, viable offline backup strategy, and you won't lose your passwords. I still have not lost passwords for accounts I've not signed into for 20 years. I still got them. In fact, that's one of the things I'm going to be doing, talking about the simplifying, is going through simplifying your life. I'm actually going to sit down, look over all these things, and decide which one of those I can finally get rid of. But do we really need to have a palm print to recover lost passwords? And I don't know if these are stored on the cloud or if these are stored on the phone or wherever else. But, between all this biometric scanning, it's getting crazy. It is getting crazy out here. Of course, this one's kind of exciting. You all know that you can leave comments on websites by signing into Facebook. And since everyone just perpetually stays signed into Facebook, and Facebook can track everything you do, everywhere you go, and since you're a continuous Facebook user, they can store that indefinitely. Now they are releasing a plugin to let you use your Facebook Messenger to do customer chat. Oh, that's going to annoy the bejeebers out of me. I'm looking into some new website and I get a little Facebook pop-up chat. Greetings, you can chat with us here. Just log on into your Facebook account. What is it, a social security number? Everyone's got to have a Facebook account anymore? No, thank you. I'd rather not. And so, basically Facebook it's a simple website plugin. Here you go. Install Facebook SDK on my website. No, thank you. I do not want to install Facebook SDK on my website. Thank you very little. Whitelist your domain to connect with Facebook. Give us more info. Now we want to know what domains you own. And then add this little guy right here. So it's nice and easy. And so now any business can now use this and get Facebook integration plugged right on into their website. Isn't that exciting? That is so awesome. It's unbelievable. Oh, and of course, this one's a big one this week. This one almost got our title story, except until Facebook got creepier. Basically, this is kind of going right back again to what is required for a police officer to track down your location. And there's some fights, and where this is kind of laying is there was a Supreme Court ruling in 1979 called Smith versus Maryland. And this basically said that it basically utilized this thing that we frequently hear of called the third-party doctrine, where if I have a account at Verizon and, I'm whatever, Verizon, blah, 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 whatever I do on Verizon is locked, is basically locked and connected to my information. Now, Verizon, last I checked, and these could have changed, last I checked, AT&T stores records for like 5 or 7 years. Verizon only stores them for like 2. But it becomes a question of, can the police go without a warrant and say all of that customer data belongs to the phone company, not to the individual? And that's kind of where this is hinging right now. Are people, can the police say this is all data that's owned by the company as part of their doing business, or is this data that is owned by the people? And that is what the Supreme Court is listening to right now. So on the one side, if all of that data does belong to the company, then in reality, the police wouldn't even need a warrant. It's just how easily does the company hand the data over. But what the opposing argument is, and the side that I personally would agree with, is a lot of people don't even realize how much data these things pick up. Even your Android phones, and I don't know if my phone was susceptible to this or not, but even the Android phones were reporting location data to Google, even if your location services were turned off and you had never given permission. Now, they allege that that was never input into their databases, but that raises the question, how many people out there, if everybody here went out and asked the next 100 people they encounter, if they understand how much information the phone gathers about us and where that information goes, how many people do you wager would understand what that information is doing, how much they're collecting, where all that information goes? That's kind of that fundamental question that is being asked. Because a lot of people are like, oh, that belongs to the phone company. But then if most people understood what information is there, they'd be like, give me flip phones again. Actually, no, just cancel the smartphone. Give me a landline phone, and I'm only going to keep that plugged in when I need to make a phone call. Because, I mean, that's the reality. Now, of course, you have a large portion of, dare I say the word, morons, that are just like, I got nothing to hide. Yes, you do. If you got nothing to hide, then don't put any curtains up there. Don't wear any clothes. And, you know, and please tell me your social security number, your credit card numbers, your driver's license number, because you do have stuff to hide. So anyway, the Supreme Court is listening to this case, and the question is, do they need a warrant to collect all of this data that the phone company scoops up on you, or do they not? That is the ultimate question. So basically, Facebook wants to use selfies as a self-authentication for suspicious activity. So, you know, I mean, of course, this phone here uses the Tor network. So if I were to go into Facebook and actually log into Facebook and try and do something, then I would get a little pop-up. Like, it used to be like, you know, verify this, or maybe we'll send you information on your phone. You enter the code, we send you on text, whatever else, two-factor authentication. Now their two-factor authentication, it's just banking on the fact we're getting way too comfortable with biometrics. Literally, when you do something that they think is suspicious or their algorithm thinks is suspicious, you'll get a little pop-up that tells you, let's see. Oh, there was a picture of it on, I think was it the other one? Might be this one. Okay. Literally, upload a photo of yourself. So now, they think you're doing something suspicious. Their AI, their bot, their whatever, you know, Microsoft's Tay says, I think you're a Nazi, upload your photograph. And so, basically, you get a window that says, upload a photo of yourself. Please upload a photo of yourself which clearly shows your face. When you send us a photo, we'll check it and permanently delete it from our servers. Okay, I think so many wrong things with this. Oh my Lord. Okay. Wrong thing number one. How easy is it to dig through somebody's Facebook page, download a photo of them, and keep it on hand so you do something suspicious under the name, upload a photo of yourself. Oh, here's a photo of myself. Well, they've just verified an account based on a public photo of you. You know, public photos are not exactly hard things to find and come across, especially since we're pretty much surveilled 24/7 now, and we've just gotten used to it. Now, of course, so what bothers me the most is that people are now getting used to biometrics, face scanning, fingerprint scanning, without thinking twice about it. And that really is when we start getting some really, really crazy stuff going on. So that is kind of that. But anyway, that's kind of what Facebook's doing. So, of course, they've already been asking for you to upload your nudes. So they want you to look like naked. And now they got the perfect views of your face. They're trying to use your face as authentication for who you are. This is wrong on so many levels. I mean, this is kind of crazy. So, yes, Facebook wants you to prove that you are you. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Way to go, Facebook. All right. This is just funny. This is just hilarious. So apparently down there, anyone from Australia watching right now? So this Australian man uses snack bags as Faraday cages to block tracking by his employer. Now, he was in the wrong. I'm not going to side with him and go, oh, that company should have been tracking him anyway. He was on the clock for his company. The company issues a, some device, PDA or whatever that had, GPS tracking in it, and so the guy's like, oh, I'm gonna go and so and do whatever, and he would basically take his twisties, because of course if you open up these snack foods, generally they're foil bags, so he'd just basically use the snackies, throw in a PDF in there, wrap that guy up. Now it's in a Faraday cage, they don't know, and he'd go and do a few rounds of golf. he was in the wrong, and he either got fined or fired, I forget. He was in the wrong. I'm not going to side with him on that. But this is just a hilarious thing that, you know, if you're out and about and you're realizing that the cell phone company's probably tracking where I am, Google knows where I am right this moment. I don't want Google to know where I am, but you happen to have some twisties. I think in this country, in the United States, I think Doritos will have this type of bag. You can just pop open that bag of Doritos, maybe that bag of Lay's, eat your chips, throw your phone in there, wrap that bad boy up, and you will prevent that tracking because you have just generated a small Faraday cage. That is rocking it awesome, man. That is rocking it awesome. So you can indeed use your junk food bags to block your cellular signal, and I'd highly encourage people to do that sometimes. Or just leave your phone at home. I don't know. E.T. doesn't need to phone home every second of the day. All right, so we're on to the topic of bad business, and I just got, like, do I have anything hard I can slap my head against right now? Kitty, do you have something hard I can slap my head against? Do you? Do you have anything hard I can slap my head against? We're getting so service-based. Now, Volvo, and actually Cadillac as well, you don't buy your car anymore. You don't even lease your car anymore. Your car is handed to you on a subscription service. Check, please. Subscription service to have your car. So Care by Volvo is the all-inclusive way to enjoy a new Volvo. There's no negotiation. I don't want to negotiate. I walk away from a deal every time I negotiate. Literally. When I decide to negotiate, I'm getting the deal or I'm leaving. I want to negotiate. But negotiation, it's bad. That's confrontation. It's bad. That's bad. No negotiation. No long-term commitment. Yeah, there is. No compromise. Subscribing to the XC40 Momentum will provide you with amenities such as insurance, maintenance, road hazard protection, and normal wear and tear all roll into one flat monthly payment schedule. Subscribe to this model and enjoy the simple ownership experience. Subscription includes the premium vision, heated front seats, heating steering wheel. What? Okay. Panoramic roof, 19-inch, 5-spoke wheel, black diamonds, cut alloy wheels. Smartphone integration, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all for $600 a month. Let's just walk through this. Let's just figure out what we get. Okay, let's see. Confidently urban. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, there we go. Select this guy here. I don't really have another choice. All right. Ooh, I can change my car. Ooh, all right. Let's see. I got to build my car now. All right. There's my car. There's my car. There's a disclaimer. The disclaimer actually deals not with this package. I'm guessing this is one of the energy equivalent cars because it comes with like a $5,000 credit tax, but that's not this package we're looking at. I did read that disclaimer just to see. All right, view standard features, view summary, share, save. Let's hit subscribe, see what happens next. Subscribe. I can't find the page you're looking for. This is not the droid you're looking for. All right, let's go ahead and try that again. Let's see. Oh, I got to fill in. Okay, well, I'm not filling in details. Let's go back to the previous page there. All right. So my monthly payment is $600 per month. I have no down payment. Now, again, no long-term commitments. What do you call a 2-year commitment? A 2-year commitment to pay $600 per month. I can probably do that in my head, but being as that I'm on a live video... Okay, that is a commitment to pay $14,440. And at the end of the year, you don't have the option to buy the car. You get nothing. You've had the experience of having a car, and it costs you $14,000. Now, that's $77,200 per year for everything except your gas and, and a few other basics. So that does come in ever so slightly cheaper than the costs of, what Lyft will say the average cost of car is, but of course at the end of that you still have your car. It's a depreciating asset, but it's still an asset. This isn't even an asset. This is the end of 2 years. Okay, we'll have our car back. Oh, of course you are allowed only to drive 15,000 miles. You want more than 15,000 miles? Nope. So it concludes the concierge, Liberty Mutual Insurance. And by the way, I looked at this insurance policy. It is a 250, 500, I think. They didn't tell me the third number. There's 3 numbers in your insurance auto policy. You need to know what it is. But here's the significant thing. It's a $500 deductible, which means that it is a more expensive insurance, but they probably have a huge negotiated deal. But let me know in the comments. Would you pay $1,600 a month for the subscription fee for your car that you don't own the car, or the option to buy the car cheap at the end of the 2 years? You've gone through your 2 years, you've paid your $600 per month, and at the end of 2 years, you have nothing. Your car is no longer your product. Your car is simply your service. That is what they're trying to do. This is actually worse than leasing. I didn't think it was possible to get worse than leasing a car, but this is actually worse than leasing because you cannot buy the car at the end of the term at the discount for the wear and tear. You just give it back. The Cadillac ones, I think, started at $1,500 a month, so $600 a month sounds like an awesome deal. I'm incredulous. I'm going to blow a fuse. It's okay if we blow a fuse, though, because you can just ask your local Google guy to find you a local electrician. So now they are integrating this help. So your Google Assistant, you can now just say, hey, give me a plumber. And then, of course, it goes through and here's your plumbers. These guys have these reviews. And here's the problem with this. The problem I see with this is prejudicial towards the people who do not want to interface with Google. Oh, if you want to tie into this being on the list of potential plumbers when someone needs a plumber from Google Assistant, you have to have all your business information in Google. So now, if you're not in this service, you are at a stark disadvantage. And what if Google just doesn't like what you do? What if some moron gives you horrible reviews and they're like, we're just going to dump this guy. We got 50 more guys in that town anyway. So now this is kind of Google just being like, oh, yeah, no problem. We're just going to let you, just tell us what you need and we'll just send someone on over. I don't know. So automation threatens 800 million jobs, but technology could still save us, report says. I read this whole report twice. I didn't see how technology is going to save us. Might make us live longer. But I don't know. Make us live longer with our tech. Oh yeah, look, here's the culprit right now. Look at this lady right here. Is my face tracking? Yeah, this lady right here, she's looking at this thing like, what's it going to take to club this thing down? This guy must be the guy that created it. He's got the big smile on there. New report predicts by 2030, as many as 800 million jobs could be lost worldwide to automation. Study compiled by McKinsey Global says the advances in AI and robotics will have a drastic effect on everyday working lives. Kitty's job is never going to be replaced. I know that Sony has the robotic animatronic puppy dogs, but no animatronic puppy dog is going to take my kitty's place, right? You have job security, and he is well paid for his job security, aren't you? You're well paid, huh? You get 3 temptations for your appearance today. Yes, you do. And occasional perks as well. Pets as perks. All right, so anyway, report also states in the past, technology will not be purely destructive to force new jobs will be created. Existing roles will be redefined, and workers will have the opportunity to switch careers. Yeah, after we go to school and get more education for a job we're already overqualified for. Amen, brother, amen. So this change won't hit everyone equally. Only 5% of current occupations stand to be completely automated if today's cutting-edge technology is widely adopted, while in 60% of jobs, 1/3 of activities will be automated. Quotes the U.S. government. So, yeah, it's like there are a lot of jobs are going away, and that's the sad reality of it all. Next one, I just didn't know where to put this, so I decided to put it under bad business. Autonomous driving is today's biggest game changer. So now you have people sitting in all these autonomous cars and be driving themselves. Well, what do you do with all that spare time? You serve them ads, of course. Or put them in Gotham City and give them the entire experience as if they're driving the Batmobile. This gets right back down to that question we were having before. This is on the same exact level as talking emoji poop. This is just pure entertainment speculation. What have we completely denigrated to children? Which, by the way, if you want to read a fascinating book on this type of stuff, a lot of the Western culture, this book was written about 10, 15 years ago. It is by Christopher Noxon, and it is called Rejuvenile. And the book Rejuvenile is about this trend of people kind of going back to pure childishness in all things in life. And so that's a fascinating thing. But that's kind of what they're doing here. Like, they're taking the autonomous car and they're putting a whole Batman and superhero thing, lots of advertising, just lots of stuff inside of this. And it just makes me scratch my head. Like, I put it under bad business because I don't know what to do with this. But it's just weird. And of course, here's the road to autonomized driving by Intel. So yeah, we can never do anything. Oh boy, Intel is teaming up with Warner Brothers. This is going to be crazy. So here we got our exciting Batman view in here, and we have our Batmobile driving through Gotham City. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of whatever. Okay. And then now on to probably the worst news of all. This is something to keep an eye out for. This is making an appearance all over the place. This is a new service called Affirm. It's basically the credit card for people who don't want a credit card. And it has, slightly better to slightly worse interest rates, charging you anywhere between 10 and 30% to do simple things. So the question remains, would you take out a loan for a pair of jeans? Let me know in the comments. Would you take out a loan for a pair of $200 jeans? Come on, man. They're on sale for $200. So what's going on is this is something that a lot of your payment, like your front-end stores, are starting to implement. It's kind of like if you go into, is it Lowe's? I think it's Home Depot, actually. I don't know what Lowe's does, but I think it's Home Depot. You can go in there and you can pay with PayPal at Home Depot now. This is yet another point-of-sale transaction thing called Affirm. So here's their company. So Affirm is, pay over time on your terms. Of course, the longer your terms are, the more interest you're paying. And so basically, they don't have really anything here. No hidden fees, modern security. We're on your side. Excuse me. I think I just sniffed some nitrous. All right, we're on your side. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just read that website. Wait. I got okay. I'm into this. Come over here. Just kind of take this guy over here. We're not on your side. There we go. They had a typo on their website. I had to fix their website. We are not on your side. There you go. You can contact them. So let's see how this thing works. Wow. How do I take out this loan to buy a $200 pair of jeans because I want to impulse buy jeans that are on sale for only a whopping $200? Kitty, is that a great deal? Kitty? Should I get those jeans for $200 on credit at 30% interest? Kitty says you're insane. Give me my temptations. All right. So pay over time for the purchases most important to you. All right. So Affirm offers easy financing without a catch. Oh, we ain't caught. Yeah, there's a catch. It's called 30% interest. That's a catch. There are no gimmicks. Do I have to... I'm sorry, I gotta edit this page again. I mean, they have all these typos. Let's see, where is that? Let's see, can I get to that? Offers easy wallet purging at only 30% interest. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do something else here too. I just gotta kind of make this strong and only. Oh, bummer. That's not taking my HTML tags. Oh, well. So, yeah, it affirms Affirm offers easy wallet purging at only 30% interest. There are no gimmicks like deferred interest or hidden fees, so the total you see at the checkout is always what you actually pay. It's a revolving credit line, people. It is a credit card where you can set your payment terms. That's kind of what's going on. So, of course, get this. You're approved for $1,000 to buy a $1,000 watch you probably can't afford because you're having to get it out on credit. Checkout's simple at any store that accepts Affirm. Just enter a few pieces of information for a real-time decision. Curiously, it's not a regular loan application. But they want, like, Facebook stuff, I think. I don't know. I think I might have misspoken there. But anyway. No hidden fees. No upfront what you'll owe with no hidden costs and no surprises. It is safe and secure. Yeah. It's probably all on an unsecured AWS bucket. And you're in control. Pick a loan that fits your budget. You'll make real progress every month. At the end of your loan, you'll be free and clear. This is no different than renting stuff at Aaron's rental. Only you're setting your terms instead of them setting your terms. Shopping is easy with Affirm. So I think Wayfair, Carbon Programmer, isn't Wayfair like a grocery store in California? I think that is. Let me see, Giant. I think that's bicycles. Yeah, I need to finance my bicycles from Giant. So you can come down here, and here's your apparel. So you can go into these and impulse buy $200 pants. Here's your automotive stuff. I've never even heard of a lot of these companies, which is probably a good thing. I mean, let's see. So here, you can come over here, and there's Motorola. I remember them. Okay. Home and Garden. There's Wayfair. Jewelry. Mattresses. Of course, you're going to start getting more and more of these things as these guys get bigger and bigger, of course. Sports and fitness. Travel. So Expedia, Travelocity, Orbitz, pretty much all of your online places, and of course your watches. So then you decide that, you come down here, you're like making monthly payments at a rate between 10 and 30% APR based on your credit. See what you'll pay and never a penny more. Available terms shown at checkout. See, it's just taking out a loan. It's all this is just taking out a loan. You are setting how long it's going to take you. So here at $344 per month for 3 months, you'll only end up paying $33 extra. Here's the thing. If I want really like that chair and I save up $1,000, I bet I can go in there and say, hey, I like that chair. $950 and it's mine. How's this? Would you like 950 Benjamins? And you can get a deal. You can bargain. But if you're going in there and you got to have it to the point where you're using an app to let the app make the decision, you're going to pay more. You're only going to pay $92 for at this, and your total is going to cost you an extra $161 for that year. This is so bad. And this is the type of debt that they're marketing now towards the younger generations that are seeing the problems with credit cards. A lot of young people are now seeing the problems with credit cards. And then they're like, I don't want credit cards. And then they see this and it's like, well, it's not a credit card. And it's just as destructive, if not more so. Because if you start using this, you'll start using it more and more and more, and you will extend yourself just the same way as if you extend yourself with a credit card. I affirm is a bad idea. Okay then, the Pikachu is the ambassador of Osaka and our hearts. Check please, I want out of the human race. Just check please. I gotta go back to my regular, I can't use my corporatocracy banner on that. I gotta go back to that one. Check please. The Pikachu is the ambassador of Osaka. Oh, I forgot Hello Kitty. So's Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty has been a global phenomenon for decades, and Pikachu has become the Pokemon equivalent of Mickey Mouse, meaning he's everywhere. On your Snapchat, dancing at festivals, offering useless advice in your Google Home or Amazon Echo. Really? Is Pikachu? You know where else you'll find Pikachu? You'll find Pikachu in the back of those scary vans with no windows, with creepy looking dudes with mustaches telling little kids, there's a Pikachu in there. And that's bad. I'm scared. Yeah, according to Japan Time, Kono has requested for Pikachu and Hello Kitty growth spurt. Hello growth spurt kitty. Check please. Kitty, do you have a growth spurt? Come here, you. Come here. Hello Kitty. Hello growth spurt kitty would like to represent Japan and proactively promote the attraction of Osaka inside and outside the country. Okay. Okay then. All right. And my next okay then article. Microsoft Edge browser now available for Android and iOS users. Why? This thing's going to get the award for the least downloaded app in history. Alright, I'll bite. Let's go have a look. Let's look. Let's just go have a look at it. Hey, you can download our totally crappy, the worst browser ever, ultimate spying system so that I can pick up where I left off. I wish Windows would let me sync my iPhone to the computer of my choice. Ooh. Browser with just basic functionality. Don't expect much. Your app is good, but my concern is that home screen shows me entire world. Apparently, a number of people like it. Dark mode is slick and scrolling is full fluid when compared to Chrome. However, following needs to be addressed before I can make it my default. Option to disable current navigation at the bottom bar. It's useless for me. Android has a back button. Forward is rarely used. It'd be great if PC edge swipe left and right. Okay. Cannot get the start button to work on my home computer and some... What? What? How many downloads does this thing have? Between 500,000 and 1 million people have actually downloaded this. Okay then. Alright. Yeah, you can get Microsoft Edge browser now available for Android and iOS users. So, you know, it's like, we're like, I can see them sitting in the back room. Guys, we have to figure this out. We have a major problem. What's the problem? The problem is we don't have a Windows Phone anymore. And not having our Windows Phone anymore, what that means is that we can't spy on people on their phones anymore. I got it. Let's push out the Edge browser, and that way we can use handoff and have that as the promotional thing. So they can hand off what they're doing on their phone directly to the computer, because everybody wants to do that. And then we can track everything they do and collect all of their data. And we can track everything they're doing on their phone now too. Yay. Well, that concludes this week in the news. It's a scary world, and you know what? Maybe we should just try and join the reptilian alien race. I don't know. It's just getting crazy out there. But regardless, thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support what we're doing, you can check out switchtolinux.com/support. I have Patreon, patreon.com/TomM. There's some Amazon links down below if you're still getting some of that Christmas shopping done. You want to use my Amazon link. That doesn't cost you anything extra, but Amazon will send me a little bonus. And I also have a PayPal tip button up there on my channel as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.